Hello, this is Megha teacher, and today we will continue with the third part of the chapter, lesson number 3, Indian Constitution. And we will continue with the flow chart of state government. Now here, the state government, the governor is the head of a state, just like the president is the head of the republic. The governor is the nominal head of the state, while the chief minister and the executive head. Chief minister is the executive head. All executive actions of the states are taken in the name of the governor. The real power in the executive dealing of a state rests with the chief minister and the council of ministers. Now, second we will go through is the legislature. The governor inaugurates the state legislature and the first session of each year by addressing the assembly. A bill passed by the legislative assembly becomes a law only after the governor approves them. All the states do not have Vidhan Parishad, as well as Gujarat also doesn't have Vidhan Parishad. Now the judiciary. Judiciary power with the governor. The governor appoints the judges of the High Court and the District Court. Now the local administration. For the local administration is divided into two parts. At the rural governance, panchayats, gram panchayat, and for the urban governance is the municipal board, like Nagar Palika and municipal corporation. But municipal board for cities like small cities like Valsad, we have Nagar Palika and municipal corporation. For big cities like Surat, in Surat we have SMC, Surat Municipal Corporation. Now we will continue with the functions of government. Legislature, executive and judiciary are the organs of the government. Legislature makes law. Executive, with the help of civil service officers, implements the law, and judiciary makes people follow the law and does the work of providing justice. Now, what is the role of legislature? Is to make law. Executive is to help civil service officers to implement. Implement means to apply the law. And judiciary does the work of providing justice and follow the law. Next, we will move on with the federal state. India is a federal state. There is a distribution of subjects on which the central or the state government can frame laws. There are three such lists: union list, state list, and the concurrent list. Laws framed by the central government are applicable to the entire nation. Now, federal state means having a system of government. Now, here begins the explanation part. Federal state means having a system of government in which several states form a unity but remains independent in internal affairs. This state that India is a federal state. As you have already studied in 7th standard, the distribution of subjects in union list, state list, and the concurrent list. Here, distribution of subjects means the work which each of them have been given an area on the subjects where they have to work. And the laws framed by the central government are applicable to the entire nation. Now we will continue with the fundamental rights. Now, Fundamental rights of Indian citizens are provided by the Constitution of India that was adopted on the 26th of November in the year 1949, but was put in use on the 26th of January 1950. The fundamental rights of Indian citizens guarantee that the residents of the land can lead a peaceful life as long as they inhabit the country. The individual fundamental rights of Indian citizens are most of the time similar in all the democratic countries. Now, the explanation part. Now, these are those rights that are essential for the intellectual, moral, and spiritual development of the individual. So, the fundamental right is very important. These includes individual rights common to most, such as equality before the law, freedom of speech, freedom of expression, religious and cultural freedom, freedom of assembly means peaceful assembly, freedom of religion, right to constitutional remedies for the protection of civil rights by means of writs. Now, the fundamental rights of Indian citizens are provided by the Constitution of India. It is being provided in the Constitution of India, which was adopted on 26 November 1949, but put in use on 26th of Jan 1950. These fundamental rights are similar in most of the countries. Now, the individual fundamental rights of Indian citizen include the following. Like the very first, equality before the law. It means all are equal before the law, irrespective of caste and religion. Second is freedom of religion, allowed to follow any religion. Freedom of association and peaceful assembly. For example, if you disagree with any of the policy of the government, then you can have a peaceful protest by assembling in a group. Freedom of speech and expression. You have the right to express your thoughts or views. And the last one, right to constitution remedies for the protection of civil rights. If you feel that any of your constitutional rights are suppressed, you can appeal in the court. Now here we end with the explanation of this chapter. Thank you.